Now that our water's starting to come close to a boil for our gravy, all the bouillon cubes have broken up. Mix everything in there good. And we're going to add our sliced onions. We're going to let this come to a full boil. Okay, while we're still waiting for this to boil, we're going to score the rolls. Now these come in a 4-pack, and that's just about perfect for these. Lay them out. Alright, when you want to score it, you want to only go about 2/3 of the way through. Alright, there's one. Put the others over here. There's two. You can use the cutting board for this if you're afraid you might cut your hand. Go all the way through. That's really easy to do. Just lay it down. You want to be careful you don't cut all the way through when you're doing this. Probably just to the edge of the top of the knife. To the back edge of the knife. Alright, now that we've got them all scored, we're going to put them onto the pan. Alright, we're going to move all these over to the pan. And we're just going to lay them out. And now I just put them in the oven at about 350 degrees. And we're going to put these in the oven about 5 minutes before this is all done. We have our meat here ready to go in. And now we got a good boil going here. I'll start cooking those onions down. And what we're going to do, turn it to about half the heat. Leave the lid on it, and we're just going to let those onions cook for about 15-20 minutes. And we're back, and we're going to check the gravy and the onions. You see that gravy and the onions in there. The onions are cooking down. Now we're going to take our plate of meat, all of our garlic juice, and we're going to put it in. I like to break it up a little bit more before I put it in there and stir it up. Now this gravy, once the meat hits, it takes about 5 minutes if you need to do it quick. But if you really want the flavor to really get into it, you really want to do it for probably about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it'll be ready. You see that steam rolling off from there. You see that meat's already cooking down. And you see the little pink there and there yet, but it takes about 5 minutes. Cover this back up. And you take tongs and break it up a little bit. And for each pound of meat you use, you get about 4 sandwiches. So you want to plan accordingly, and I generally plan 2 sandwiches per person. For moderate eaters, if you've got a real light eater, you go with 1 sandwich per person, or with children. And some of the good things to go with this is you can get some French fries. Bake some French fries in the oven. You cook them in, or deep fry them, either whichever facilities you have. And as we're just stirring this in, getting to make sure that all this meat gets stirred up good. A lot of places I've been have served, a lot of them don't have French fries. A lot of them serve it with chips. Now, potato chips are a good thing to have with this. Just about anything that you'd eat with a sandwich or a burger, you could probably eat with this. These are a pretty versatile sandwich. And chips and fries do tend to take the spice off a little bit. Alright, you see most of the meat is cooked down now. And we're going to stir it up with the spoon. Ladle a little bit of this up with the juice. See what it looks like. Contrary to popular belief, not all gravies are real thick. This is a gravy that's extremely thin. And we're going to cover that back up now. We're going to let it cook for 15 minutes, let the meat really marinate all the... And now we got the meat. Meat's cooked down, onions are cooked down, it's steaming really good. This is almost ready. We have about 5 minutes for it to keep cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the rolls, the ones that we've scored, and I'm cooking 4 of them. We're going to put them in the oven for 5 minutes at 350. And that's just to make them soft and warm, and they'll be a little hard on the outside. With the juice, you want it a little firm to be able to pick up the sandwich. And we're back again, and it's been 5 minutes, so we're going to pull the rolls out of the oven. And we've got a good, hard, crunchy outside on them, and very soft and warm. Then, we're going to take our beef and gravy, we're going to pull this off from the eye, and we're going to put one together. Okay, now that we have our rolls out, we're going to take one of the rolls, take the lid off this, and now you can use tongs for the meat for the sandwich, and I'll show you the way to use those here in a second, what I mean by using the tongs. And then you've got a ladle for those that just want to put meat in the sandwich and then just ladle a little gravy. Some people like it soaking, some people like it just damp. So we have our bread. I'll show you how to do this here. You open it up a little bit, take your tongs, stir your meat and gravy up, and then take the meat, you stuff it down in your sandwich. You want to do a good healthy portion, like that. Give you a good healthy portion of it. Then, there's the trick. Some people like to ladle the gravy, or other people like to do this. And this is what my favorite is. You take the tongs, you gotta hold it tight because that end piece will sometimes pop out. You dip the whole thing in gravy and pull it out and put it in your bowl. It makes for a very soggy sandwich, but there you have it. The classic Italian beef. And if you want a little more juice, you just take your ladle, stir it up a little bit, and just pour a little bit on top. For any areas that you think might be a little bit dry. And there you have it. Okay, and then the last thing you do is eat it. The best way to eat it is really hot, really soft. This is just fabulous. That's just wonderful. You all enjoy this. If you have any questions, please send me an email at cookingwiththechef@yahoo.com, or just leave me a message here on YouTube on this channel, and I'll answer any questions you have. Until the next time, bon appetit.